Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This is Brother Shamak. Alright, and I want to first off by giving all glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakal Kadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders that are settled to oversee this tabernacle of David. And humble greetings to the Akim that's teaching and pushing this truth and sincerity. Alright. And I just want to touch on I just want to touch on what I had a conversation I had yesterday with a brother concerning the verses. He was wondering if they was hypocritical or not. So I was like, I peeped some confusion with the Gentile Mystery also. So I told him I'd do a video on it. So I'm touch on those two verses, and go into, and then it made me go. And he said explain these verses to me then, why they're not hypocritical. And I said I'll do a video because I ain't trying to do all that back and forth or whatnot, too much text, and I just do a video, So it said, and then for others edification also. All right. And it said, and then he was like, bro, it's not a mystery to me. I put in time for this learning. It's really not hard, but I'll let you do what you do. All right. And I just wanted to see where his mind was, Are the Gentiles in the New Testament Israelites or heathens? He said, I see you haven't gave me any type of answer on the verses above, but I answer your question. Who were the King James translators? And I told him Hebrew and Greek scholars. And then he said, ain't no Hebrews had nothing to do with the KJV. I said Hebrew and Greek scholars. I didn't necessarily said the nationality of them were Hebrews. All right. But the Septuagint, he said he validates the Septuagint. Now today's Septuagint, I have no faith, do not subscribe to today's Septuagint because it does not correlate with the scriptures that we have today. All right, I don't feel like that's the original Septuagint, but there was a Septuagint. All right, but and I said that about the Hebrew and Greek scholars because let me go to the picture. Because King James had, you see in the second paragraph, it says 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars. All right, and King James was a king. King James 6, he was a king. And he had it authorized to replace the Bishop's Bible. All right, and it says 47 of the best Hebrew and Greek scholars of the day were divided into 6 groups: 3 for the Old Testament, 2 for the New, and 1 for the Apocrypha. All right, see, he had these groups, and he said 2 of the groups met at Oxford, 2 at Cambridge, and 2 at Westminster. When the group completed its task, its work was submitted to 12 men. See, they have revisers and everything. All right. Let's see. And it said the third paragraph, you look at the last paragraph, the revisers who received no financial remuneration for their work completed their task in 2 years. All right. So he says, in 1611, the new version was published. And that's what we had. The most original version we have is the King James version. All right. And it was published. And I want to touch on Gentile Mystery because I seen he said this also on Twitter. This is on Twitter. He quoted and said New Testament writers really did a great job causing confusion. Best authors of all time. It's a very bold and proud statement. All right, it's a lot of pride behind that statement that was being made, and it was concerning that scripture below with Galatians 3:28. I also touch on that. All right, and I just commented. I said, your understanding has to be there. Paul's epistles are not easy to understand. Because Paul in the epistles in the New Testament, he have you thinking to not follow the law, then, or to not to follow the law. But when he's talking about the law that is done away, that is being replaced through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shai, is that animal sacrifice. All right, and you go to Hebrews chapter 8 verse 8 through 10 to back that up. All right. And he said, and then he commented below, he said, I know for damn sure, but good thing it is good to backtrack on scripture to see what they wrote was correct, and many times they were not correct. See, but we're just going to have to go right into it, so I'm going to just go start off with the verses he had wanted to go through with Luke, all right? And then with this Luke, it's just talking about Yahweh Shai judgment, and then with division also. Because are we not, let me just read it, Luke chapter 12, verse 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. See, and we know that Yahweh Shai is not coming back to give peace, according to Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. He says, and I continue, I tell you, nay, but rather division. And are we not divided from amongst our family members being in this truth, being in this faith? Are we not divided? Is not the elect divided from the 2/3? It's not the 1/3 divided from the 2/3. It's not Israel divided from the heathens. All right. That's just a simple cut. All right. This is what it is, because the verse, because in their unbelievers, see, verse 46, the Lord of that servant will come in the day when he looketh not for him. See, because we all know Yahushua Hamashiach is going to come in a thief in the night, and at the hour when he is not aware, and will cut him asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. All right. See, this is part of that 2/3 club, man. The first round draft picks. All right. What else do I want to touch on? Yeah, because, man, people can't discern these times. You see, it says, I say verse 56. Through prophecies, man, people cannot discern these times that we are in. All right, and that's that division. It's all set up through the Most High, man, through Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. All right, that's why we got these false prophets. Our Israelites teaching false doctrine and not enduring on sound doctrine. That's division, and that's all through the spirit of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua. He deceived that prophet. All right, we get to understand it from him. All right, if he wanted us to all be on one accord, we would be through the spirit, through Rakal Kadash, the Holy Spirit. All right, separate spirit, and that's division in itself. And that scriptures are not hypocritical. And I'm gonna touch on John 12:47 after I read this. It says, verse 56. Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time? See, you could discern when it's about to rain, it's about to storm, or it's gonna be a good day outside, but you can't keep up to date with these prophecies and tell that America's gonna be destroyed by nuclear fire, these nuclear missiles that's being prepared by Iran, China, Russia, Syria. Man, it's all gonna go, and it's going to severely take place in that Middle East. And begin in that Middle East, you got to keep up to date with those prophecies, man. All right, but let's go to the other verse he had mentioned. That division, man, it's gonna be division, and it's not hypocritical, man. This is a beloved disciple of Yahushua, man, John. All right, and these words are in red, as he said on Twitter. He said, and it reads. And it said, John chapter 12, verse 47. And if any man hear my words and believe not, I judge him not. For I come not to judge the world, but to save the world. All right, because when Yahushua was walking the face of the earth, he was coming. It wasn't his job to seek vengeance on them, man. He was grabbing whoever took heed to the gospel. All right. As let me see, verse 48. He said, verse 48, he says, he that rejected me and receiveth not my words have one that judgeth him. The word that I have spoken, the same shall judge him in the last day. And then, cause he's humble, man, cause he know that the Father is going to be ultimate judgment, but it's going to be through Yahushua, all right, to fulfill that judgment. Verse 49, for I have not spoken of myself, but the Father which sent me. See, the Father sent him. He gave me a commandment. What shall I say, and what shall I speak? All right. See, and he talked about the commandments, man. He came to fulfill that law. All right, not to destroy the law. All right. Let me get something out of John. I think there's another one that I want to connect with. Yeah, John chapter 3, verse 17. For God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world. See, Yahushua, man, he was just performing miracles when he was walking on earth. He wasn't worried about the non-believers. He wasn't too much worried about them, man. He was seeking the ones that had faith and then that didn't reject him and believed on the gospel. All right. But it says, but that the world through him might be saved, in that world of Israel. All right. And if he wanted to see vengeance, man, it would have happened through the spirit of Yahushua. Through Yahweh. All right. Cause look at this right here. It said, John chapter 8, verse 16. And if yet I judge, my judgment is true. You know, his righteous is different judgments. And if you wanted to judge, man, it was through the Father that sent him to do that judgment. All right. These verses are not hypocritical, man. You gotta have that understanding. For I am not alone, but I and the Father that sent me. See, the Father sent him. All right. It's not causing confusion at all, man. They did not mistranslate, or Paul did not write it wrong, or whatever authors you pertaining to. All right. And with the Gentile, you said Galatians 3, Salaki. Galatians 3 with the Gentile mystery, because this is like a Christian scripture to bring up. All right. But you can definitely get into it though. See, okay, so with Galatians chapter 3, and Paul was teaching, we get into it. But let me get that first. Paul, man, since he came, Paul, man, when he was in Rome, man, he was only teaching to Israelites. All right. It was only to Israelites. Now let me get back to Galatians. Let me stay on track. Let me stay in order. Decent. Handle things in order. All right. All right. So it says Galatians chapter 3 verse 28. So this is in Galatia, man. It says, there is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female. For ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahushua. All right. See, we all one body. That's what that's pertaining to. All right, we all one body, man. Whether you believe or not, man, you still an Israelite. Simple as that. All right, you're still ordained to follow the truth, man. To have that faith with the works. All right, Jew nor Greek. It's not, and then when the Greek, man, it's not talking about the damn Edomites. That's what the Christians get confused. All right, that's exactly where they get confused with that, man. Cause what happened? Let's go to the Apocrypha. What happened? Then that's why they took it out, the Apocrypha. Cause they're trying to hide our identity. Oh, let's get 2nd Maccabees, Salaki. That's all that is, man. 2nd Maccabees chapter 6 verse 6. Cause we lost our laws through this captivity, man. And then this was the time of the Grecians, man, under Antiochus. You know what I'm saying? Nebuchadnezzar. You know what I'm saying? It was unlawful for they despised our feast days. They despised our heritage. In general, man, as Israelites, man, they destroyed us. They cut us off from being a nation. All right, that's why all that slavery, man, that we was under Assyrians, the Babylonians, the so-called Edomites, man, all the Egyptians, man, we was destroyed, man. We was destroyed, man, under the Ishmaelites, the Arabs. All right. Man, we was destroyed, man. But this 2nd Maccabees chapter 6 verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient fasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. At all. Man, you was being put to death if you was claiming to be a Jew. You was trying to keep these commandments, these laws, man. Keep our heritage, man. We put to death. That's why we destroyed, man. And then we gonna get into the way we followed them, man. I'm gonna get that. But back what Paul was teaching to Israelites, man. He wasn't teaching to, you think these, in Book of Romans, you think he teaching to some Edomite Romans? Man, he teaches to Israelites in Rome, man. Just like we teaching the Israelites in America. All right. It's simple as that, man. This is not hypocritical. Jew nor Greek, man. That's pertaining to only Israel. We know this book is only for Israelites, man. Romans and Israelites are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right. Everybody else, man, their God is not dealing with them, man. All right. Romans chapter 10 verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the God for Israel is that they might be saved. All right. See, Paul's only teaching, man. He's only teaching for the Israelites, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. Oh, and here it is again, the Jew nor Greek. All right. It's a reason why he says no difference, man. It's the same. This is Romans chapter 10 verse 12. For there is no difference between the Jew and the Greek, for the same Lord over all is rich unto all that call upon him. Verse 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. And who only can be saved? Israelites, man. So that Greek he's talking about, man, you got to get the understanding on that. You got to get the understanding on that Greek. He's talking about in the New Testament, though. Gentiles in the New Testament are the Israelites, man, who's destroyed for the lack of knowledge. I want to get Titus. Oh, no. What's it? Tobit? Tobit. I think I went Tobit 13:3. Yeah. All right. It says, "Confess him before the Gentiles, ye children of Israel, for he have scattered us among them." All right. See, in the Old Testament, in the Apocrypha, the Gentiles are heathen nations. All right. They are heathen nations. Let's get it. Hosea. Hosea chapter 8, verse 8. Yeah. They are heathen nations, man. Hosea chapter 8, verse 8. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. See, this Israel is amongst the heathen. See, Gentiles in the Old and in the Apocrypha, that's when they're the heathens, man. All non-Israelite nations, man. All right. Simple as that, man. Back to Paul in Rome, man. I just want to go to the next chapter on that, man, because Paul had to tell him he an Israelite, man. He only worried about the Israelites. All right. Romans chapter 11, verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. All right. That's who his focus was on, man. Only Israelites. All right. You go down to verse 7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it. See, the electos, man. It's all about the elect at the end of the day, whether you can swallow this truth or not. And you got to swallow the whole roll of the gospel, man. All right. And the rest were blinded. Verse 8, according as it is written, God have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. See, we still got, you may know you're an Israelite, but you may be off on doctrine. All right, because it's Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah gives us this understanding, and this is something we pray for and we study ourselves approved for. All right, faith with the works, man. You gotta have faith and remain humble in this truth, that you may receive the truth, man, and that you may endure in the truth. All right, let's get more Paul with the pertaining to the Israelites, man, and only to the Israelites. He not teaching to no that Jew no Greek, man. It's only pertaining to Israel, man. And peep this, Romans chapter 11, verse 25. For I would not, brethren, that ye should be ignorant of this mystery. See, he didn't want us to be ignorant, man, because this Gentile is a mystery, man. It is a mystery, all right? And that's why you quoted that, because you say it's causing, these authors causing confusion. No, man, you got to pray for that understanding. And I hope this video is edifying, that you may finish the video, all right? It says, lest ye should be wise in your own conceits. See, you being wise in your own conceit, when you calling the KJV off, all right, that's very bold and powerful statement, man. And that Septuagint can lead you that's a lesson for a whole nother day of comparing the Septuagint with the KJV. All right, that blindness is in part is happening to Israel until the fullness of the Gentiles be come in. All right, in that fullness of the Gentiles, who is Paul referring to? Next verse, keeping the context. All right, verse 26. And so all Israel shall be saved. All Israel shall be saved, as it is written. There shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. See, Yahweh Shah, man. All right, that's who that salvation gonna come through, man. Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, the Most High in the name of the Son. All right, simple as that. Paul was targeting the Israelites, man. And it just how people can claim how it's not a mystery all they want, man. It's a mystery to the Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, man, to this day. All right, let me get a one out of John. This is a good example. John chapter 7, verse 35. It says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go into the dispersed among the Gentiles? See, are we not dispersed? Let's get that. Who dispersed among the Gentiles? Let's get back to Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. Because we were scattered among the heathen. All right. It says Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 27. And Yahweh shall scatter you among the nations. See? And what is the heathen, man? Non-Israelite nations, man. If you're not black, if you're not so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American, man, you're a heathen. All right. And when I say Negro and the blacks, man, I'm including the Jamaicans, the Dominicans, the Haitians, all right. We even got Israelites in West Africa on the western coast, man. But hey, it's confusion of faces, man. You gotta deal with it, man. It's part of these curses, man. It's part of these conditions that Yahweh has set up. Alright? It says, whether Yahweh shall lead you. Because we dispersed among the heathen. That's why in John 7:35, that's why it says that, man. But what about the other Gentiles mentioned in John 7:35? Let's get it. Let's read that one again. So it says, then said the Jews among themselves, whither will he go, that we shall not find him? Will he go unto the dispersed among the Gentiles? See? Dispersed among the Gentiles, among the heathen. And who do they teach? Who are all the prophets focused on? It says, and teach the Gentiles. Alright? And teach the Israelites, man. That's who it's referring to. Simple as that. And it's all go back to the Apocrypha, man, back in history, man. Because they despise our feast days. They despise our heritage completely. And didn't allow us to keep anything, man. Look, because some went off. They went off and kept the customs of the heathen. Look at that, man. First Maccabees chapter 11, verse 11. In those days went out there of Israel wicked men, because they're evil, man. That's fornication right there. Idolatry, who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. And what's gonna be that today's covenant with the heathen? That damn microchip, that RFID chip, microchip, man, that mark of the beast. All right, it's right around the corner, man. You take that chip, man. You done made your covenant with the heathen. And in your mind, man, you already gone. You already destroyed. You already made that covenant with the heathen. But it's gonna come and manifest through your actions. All right. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Alright, I'm gonna keep going. Verse 13. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. See, they got permission from the king Antiochus, man. And it says what? Whereupon they built a place for exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. See, we follow their heritage, man. We said forget our own and follow their heritage, man. That's how we became those solidified Gentiles, man, in the New Testament, man. It's all through history, all right? Because we left our laws. And I'm not saying Israel don't already know this. I'm just going through it, sticking with the fundamentals, man. I haven't read this in a minute, honestly. But yeah, man, 40. I ain't about to read it all, man. You read for yourself. But yeah, 42, it says, and everyone shall leave his laws. So all the heathen agree according to the commandment of the king. See, man, that's how we became Gentiles, because we left our laws, man. And it said the Israelites ascended to his religion and sacrificed unto idols, idolatry, man, and profaned the Sabbath. That's exactly what we did, man. That's exactly what we did. We went off completely, man, and that's why we curse to this day. That's why we in this condition. And that's how we became solidified Gentiles, man. All right. That's and follow the strange laws of the land. All right. Profaned our whole entire heritage, man. Eating swine's flesh, unclean beast, that pork, man. Crab, shrimp, lobster, the same things we doing today. In verse 49 is strong too, to the end that they may forget the law and change all their ordinances. And whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he should die. They was putting them to death, man. They was putting them to death. And these were the Grecians at the time, these so-called Edomites, man. That's why it says Jew nor Greek. Alright. Customs of the heathen, man. That's why there's so much confusion with this verse right here. And Christians always say that they always bring John 3:16 and then Galatians 3:28. Because there's much confusion with it, and it is a mystery, as Paul said, Romans 11:25, man. He didn't want us to be ignorant. And that's what the man of the Lord doing today, man. We got to defend his gospel, man. To be zealous, man. Zelotes, man. To uphold and to defend the gospel, man. And we got to endure it, be made hard, persuading your own mind, all right? Through these precepts, man. Through the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Wakar Kadash, man. Kala Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah, man, for the understanding, all right? And back to the tweets, man. I hope that was edifying, man. With those two verses that I brought up, man. Going to those two verses and also going to the Gentile Mystery, man. Cause I seen you had a little confusion. You said causing confusion. Best authors of all time, man. Just just remain humble, all right? Remain humble. Just endure, man. You gotta be. This walk is all about humility. All right, you gotta remain humble, man. All right, and man will guide you in His truth, man. All right, especially the apostles and elders, man, that are set up to oversee this tabernacle of David, man, who is the foundation. All right, and I think that's all I wanted to bring out, man. But yeah, that went into it. That should definitely went into it, man, concerning the Gentile mystery in those 2 verses, concerning Yahushua causing His division and also His judgment. All right, it's not hypocritical, man. Just gotta know the context, man. All right, and with that, man, this is brother Shamak. All right, I was gonna say, Kala Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, endure, keep the faith with the works. And that's all, man. Shalom.